this discussion about civility and all this stuff, and you brought up this idea of gun control. So, of course, now people are talking about gun control laws, but some of the Republicans that were there yesterday say they're going to be carrying guns now because they think they could have prevented this. So let me, as a person who owns guns and has been shot at.
What?
Yes. You know, listen, you hear shots, you're basically, and if you look at some, people run.
Yes.
Okay? You run to get out of the way. You don't stop and go, hey. You know? And if you're playing softball, you're not wearing your gun.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? You going to run over to your bag while they're shooting? You're going to root in your bag and get your gun and then try to figure out where it's coming from, plus all the adrenaline? That's not the answer.
No.
Well, the gun that this guy was using,
Yeah.
what's his name, Hodgkinson,
Yeah.
he was using an SKS 7.62 rifle, whatever that's a semi-automatic that can fire up to 40 rounds per minute.
And when he hit the ground and it kept firing, that's what they do. But I guess, why did he have a gun? He has, apparently, from what you read, you know, I don't know the man.
Because he didn't commit a felony.
Because
he was
people
accused of domestic...
There were yeah, go ahead.
He was accused of domestic abuse, but it was
beating
not...
up his daughter wasn't enough to take the
and
gun out of his
they
hand?
dropped the charges.
He had an Illinois firearm. Oh, that's me. Sorry about that.
That happened to me, too.
Sorry about that.
At least yours doesn't play Call Me Maybe like
exactly.
that.
Sorry about that. He had an Illinois firearm ID card and a concealed carry license in that state. And in Virginia, the gun laws are very, very lax. They're very, very loose.
You know,
but law enforcement officers will tell you when there's more than one person that has a gun, it makes the situation more dangerous for them because they don't know who the bad guys are.
But you know what?
So more guns is not the
Because I live
answer.
in New York State, I just let me say this one thing because it's personal, really. Because I live in New York State and there are tight gun laws here. I take the subway, I take the bus, I walk around freely. If I was living in one of these states, open carry or whatever they are, I would never do public transportation. I'd be afraid that some guy on the subway would have a fit, just go mad or be upset about somebody took his seat or somebody's mansplaining or what have you, and shoot somebody else.
Well,
Because it's easy to do.
I feel we follow the lead of other countries. I mean, if you look at Japan, there is almost no gun violence. In fact, it's like the chance of being killed by a gun are just the same as chances in the United States of being struck by lightning. It's like 1 in a million.
They don't have a Second
Why don't
Amendment in
why
They
don't
don't have a
we
Second
learn
Amendment.
from them?
I feel very differently about that, though. When I go to states like Arizona, when I go to states like Texas, I'm not worried about law-abiding citizens carrying guns. They don't make me nervous. I feel much more comfortable knowing that if something happens, you have law-abiding citizens that have gone through background checks but have been trained.
Have you
but
been around people with guns?
All the time. No, I have. I have
Really?
been around a lot
So
of people
have you
who
been
have been
around
trained
with afraid people with guns?
I have, and a lot of these people
I don't believe you, Jan. I don't believe
I
because
promise you.
when somebody
I'm a
shoots
conservative. They're a very pro-gun,
Listen,
pro-Second
I'm
Amendment
also
group.
listen.
No,
I have no
I have
problem.
a lot of
I'm
I'm not a
saying
gun
to
girl,
you,
but I have a lot of
I am
experience
saying
with
to
guns.
you that when people start shooting, people tend to run. If other people have guns, it makes it very hard for the police to know
but
who to
and
shoot.
they're more likely to hurt themselves.
Who to shoot because every civilian's got a gun at.
But the problem is, if the Capitol Police weren't there, and the Capitol Police were only there because Scalise is there and he's the House Majority Leader, if they had not shown up, there would have been a massacre there.
But that's their job. That's their training.
But if you live in a society where only the police have guns, that's called a police state. That is not the United States of America.
Not called the police.
That is not the United States.
I don't know.
Jen,
that is not. Listen, the Second Amendment. Let's talk about the Second Amendment then.
Please.
Okay, because the Second Amendment is about a militia. That's what it says.
But that was at the time that it was written.
That's right.
It's the right to bear arms, to protect yourself and your family.
Not to protect yourself and your family. That's not
if
what
you
the
could
Second Amendment is about.
put up the militia, the Second Amendment while we're talking about other stuff. We'll be right back.